part 2 of this episode, and we're gonna. We discussed a lot in the last part. Those views were really, really valid. Shout outs to us, and obviously shout outs to you with your commenting on the bottom there. Next topic is and really congratulate everybody that's doing this. I think for me, also it started in America where you didn't really see hip-hop growing up. You didn't see hip-hop maturing, hip-hop falling in love, because our lyrics are all about you gotta hit all the girls, you know, you might mess her around, she mustn't do anything to you, all those stupid type of stuff, that misogynistic lyrics. And I know for a fact, for me, it really affected me in the way I saw love. Even Jay-Z's lyric on Big Pimping, not for nothing, I'll be forever macking. I was like, I look Okutando. When Lil Wayne said, I wish I could fuck every girl in the world, I was like, yes, and it was on those times. It was really, really on. And I never thought love existed. You know, I would not talk about the damage Travis Scott did to my head and my heart, you know, just being a night crawler, you know what I'm saying? And then you realize, oh, Jay-Z got married, 444 album. Then you see Gucci Mane, total transformation of life, or 2 Chainz, you know what I mean? And then transferring it back to here at the crib. So I got to see how hip-hop can look like when it's growing up. And it looked sexy, it looked grown. It was something I could still be a part of in my late 30s. And then you get here at home, and the likes of Questa, you know, Pretty Ugly, right now, no Buntle. And then Usolo, no Dinero. And I just
even Lutz and Reason.
Not yet.
Yeah, but like they created
Wow. Now you're gonna make it seem like I'm not throwing shade. I'm just talking about because if you look at it on an ancestral level, making someone pregnant isn't the prize. Marrying someone and giving the cows back, and that's the family dignity.
Right.
You understand? And I also have a kid outside of wedlock. Yeah. So it applies to me too, yabo. Which then made me like, oh damn, like I want this. You know, and no matter even if people are not saying it, I just think it's very beautiful to see South African young men in the climate that we are in, whether it was there or not, in the genre of music that we are also about, that you guys are going out there and you're making these commitments. It's beautiful, and I just...
Congratulations.
Vici, we forgot about Vici. I mean, he did it way before. From the decks to the wedding booth. You feel me?
And you know what's really cool about it is because like after some time on the streets, right, you start to understand that like there's nothing, you're not missing out on nothing. Like I mean, this past week I was just chilling in the club. I was working, but I was chilling, and I was like to myself,
I was like, you want to get ready? Yeah, you ready, Speedy?
Sorry? No. I was just chilling, and because it was
about
school,
to sing a song, but it's from a guy that treated women wrong, and I can't.
Please. Because it was school holidays, there were so many kids in the club. You know, like too many kids. Like, and how you can see is by how these girls are dressed. They're falling everywhere. It's just a mess in there. It's really, really just a mess. And as a person who's been on the streets for a long time, I looked at it and I was like, get sharp, Joe. Like right now, get sharp. I am not missing out on anything, really.
You're right though. It's actually good to see how people are actually taking themselves to the next step. And maybe I understand where you're coming from with regards to Umchato being the next level, but I still find it beautiful that couples like Reason and Lutz can still create a family together and still be like have such a beautiful union publicly. Definitely. I think that's also the difficult part, is that being in love publicly with a public persona as your partner makes it that much more difficult because there's always these trolls and these people who are always trying to break your marriage, saying, oh, Monjoba, you're busy posting your kids, you don't know where I was at last night. Like little things like that where you're just like, what? The fuck, you know what I mean? So big ups to the fact that people can show so much love and be consistent in it. JR as well, doing such a big thing. Oh, so beautiful to see him and how much he loves his son.
AKA me,
yes.
Stogie, AKA is there. I mean, he's there. With Nonya's discussion, he's there.
Yeah.
I'm only talking about the marriage.
Marriage.
Uhlale with the uncles. That's what we like. Yes.
Because you know, it also boils down to like, you can act cool, you can act tough, I'm so tough. But when you go to bed and you're alone, and when you're like, hey, yeah. You're like, actually, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
You know what I love about it, right? And I think I've also seen this also in the US, right? As you were mentioning the Jay-Z's where he was then to what he is. It shows progress within your music as well.
Yes.
Right? It shows that okay, this person is growing up. And for me, that's one of the reasons why I can't listen to a 50 anymore, because 50 is still rapping about the same old shit that he's been doing
That's
since.
why he's alone.
You know what I mean?
That's
Right?
why he's a
And-
troll.
But yeah, you know what I mean, right?
That's
And
why.
Still, like he finds happiness in putting other people down. He's
That's
rich,
man.
right?
and he's
You know what I
still
mean?
like this.
Ain't got no
So
love.
I feel like he's got no story to tell us anymore.
Yo.
Right? When you listen to a Hove, right? After, what is the Beyonce album where?
Lemonade.
Right? After the Lemonade, he came out with the 444, right? And he actually said, yo, I'm actually gonna address everything.
For Hope to even talk about his mom being Les, guys. That was for me.
He
was
actually
like
came out.
crazy.
He came out, he came out.
he came out in a
Gucci
song.
Mane, he transformed. He knew that
Gucci
this
Mane.
girl has been there. I need to
Very
marry
love,
her.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a commitment. This is the love of my life. And if I lose this woman,
Exactly,
and you
that's
know,
the thing.
where-
And also when you're young, I remember I used to get it a lot when I was young. It was like, no, you're young, just chill. Like, you know, you have fun, whatever, you'll figure it out later.
Shout out to your brother, so he proposed.
Yeah, shout out to our brother proposed. Yeah.
Finally.
You know. I'm the main
related to
negotiator.
hip hop.
I'm the main.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
But,
What
like
is he
for
negotiating?
me, it's like sometimes our situations are different. So sometimes you could fall in love when you're 19. I could fall in love when I'm 39, right? But it shouldn't change anything. If you're in love and you're 19, 18, be in love. Don't
Nasty and Sammy.
be in love.
Yes,
No one
Nasty
must
and
tell you
Sammy.
no.
That's
You
beautiful.
no one must tell you no. You're too young. You still got your whole life ahead of you. Whatever. You can do that stuff with your partner
Shane and
if
his
you
girl.
guys are really
She's
about
been
it.
dating his
about it.
girlfriend
Yeah.
since grade 5.
Can you imagine?
I
Literally.
mean, I'm a colored bachola, guys. Grade 5.
No, colored people do it. Even youngster, I think has been with this
Fine.
girl for a long time. Yeah.
So you know what it is, right? And for me, being a married person, right? And
Sorry.
yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. Can you say that again?
For me, being a married person,
Ding,
right?
ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding.
and I don't know. I'll speak for myself. I don't care about the other dudes, right? And this is just the bond my wife and I have, right? It's one of those things that when I was still running the streets, right? It was always running to do these stupid little things, right? Spending this much money. But now, when I come back home, whatever I work for, I'm working towards something. And my woman is always like, yo, baby, here's something. She'll go buy whatever. And she comes back and she invested in the home. So I see the whole thing, the whole bond as a God bond, the whole unity as we are building something greater for life.
Not just a bond for the
Yeah,
but
and
it's the bond.
yeah, the bond. No, definitely. And it's commitment. It's actually it's a contract.
Yeah.
One of those things that we're doing it for our children, right? It's one of those things where I grew up like telling my wife that like, yo, I want all my kids to have one mother. You know what I mean? I never had that thing where I had my mom and dad picking me both up from school. I can go with them. I've never had that, right? So it's one of those bonds that I've always loved, and we made sure we do it. And trust me, I am saving a lot of money than popping bottles that I can't afford in the club.
That's why you got a rider. You shouldn't be popping them bottles.
Money's got a rider. She don't even drink.
I'm out there drinking water. So, Speedy, when are you getting your wedding special? We're waiting for you.
No.
Huh?
No special.
Because that seems to be the thing now for hip hop or for people.
I make music. I make songs. I don't even know.
No, I'm talking about like once you propose, then you also get your TV special for you to get. Because I see it's becoming the thing now, and I'm liking the way people are kind of capitalizing on the fact that man, if you want to be at my wedding, I won't invite you, but you can get a little bit of an inside
weddings are
scoop.
expensive, so if you can, why not? I would do it.
And shout out to Solo and Tanewo, because if you watch their wedding special, they reveal a lot about their process that they had to go through with being with each other. A lot of people didn't realize that Solo had to go through Uktwasa and Tanewo opted in to go through that process with
him. I didn't know
It wasn't a thing that was kind of prescribed to her. She said, okay, well, you're my man. I'm going to do this with you because we're going into this together.
And shout outs for Solo, because a lot of people that go into that process, the first thing they do before they finish the process is announce
Yes.
that they're going through it. He kept it on the low for the longest.
For so long.
Until now, actually.
And then if you listen to his album, See Plenty Dreams, it literally depicts everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
It depicts from the beginning of their relationship to where they are.
I was about to say, the music is probably beautiful.
Yeah, the music music
And they
aside.
did everything timelessly. Where they did the wedding, they did the traditional wedding, they did the white wedding. He dropped his album. The music is beautiful. Dineo was
what do I
featured
gotta
on the
listen to? I
album.
gotta listen to
it's facts.
Solo and the other one.
Sorry, so Meezy got married as well, eh?
So Meezy.
Yeah, we didn't
Shout out to
shout out to
Meezy.
Meezy. Shout out
We gotta shout out to
to
Meezy.
Meezy.
He's been dating that guy for the longest time.
Yes, but
You know what I mean?
so me said Mohali, who said it was a traditional wedding. I'm scared because if a white wedding is still coming,
It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming.
that was basically a white wedding. So how much more
definitely.
racks are you gonna spend? But shout out.
Music got them. So 2 albums I need to listen to is the KO
Yes.
and the
Solo.
See Plenty Dreams.
Tsecho, you heard Tsecho?
I heard Tsecho. I love Tsecho. I love the album. Also, just a different vibe to.
Yes.
We haven't had a singing guy.
Yes.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know album y'all need to
Tell
listen
man.
to?
And Clyde as well. Clyde dropped the album.
He dropped the album as well?
Yeah, he dropped the album with Ambitious. Yeah.
There's another dude, man. He's like J.
J. Claude.
J. Claude.
Where's he at?
J. Claude just dropped a brand new single with Stilo.
Okay.
They're in the
I'm not
studio.
J.
Shout out
Claude.
to Stilo, just
But
opened up a
definitely, I
store.
like the kid.
Yeah, the water store.
Yeah.
And that's another dope thing that's going down. You know, like the guys being entrepreneurial with the dough.
You have to.
Youngster, Cape Town,
Definitely.
Stilo with this. Ricky with the Legends Barber.
Yeah.
And shout out to Maps. He just opened a burger
restaurant.
store.
Yeah.
A restaurant in Linden.
Yeah.
So
Straight
big up
up.
to Maps.
That's amazing.
You know
and
the album
and you think
yet?
about how ahead Casper was of the time when he opened up that Newtown spot.
Family Tree.
He was ahead.
Family Tree store.
Yeah, it was
Is it
ahead.
closed now?
I think last I checked it was in Durban.
It was in Durban. Eh?
So he's moving it, so it's mobile.
Yeah, it's like
Like
a
the Cool
pop-up.
Cats as well,
It's
right?
like the Cool Cats, I had
Nice
it,
one.
But
man.
that's dope because then his fans can get to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
store as
definitely.
well. Not necessarily have to come to Joburg for the merch, which is dope.
I'm looking forward to the fill up. Who?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what can he possibly do now? But he always seems to surprise us, right? He didn't drop any new music.
He said he's not dropping hip hop.
But the thing is, he's been doing a lot of piano sounds. So I think for him, it's about transcending that sound into his new show.
Maybe
now.
Casper needs to get
And
married.
he can also.
Who?
Maybe Casper needs to get married.
Bex does it better. What you talking about?
Thank you for
Okay,
joining
time
us
out.
for this
I guess that's
episode.
the time out right
Thanks
there.
for coming to
Get
this
married,
part.
man. What's her name? What's her name?
Thanks for
Bex
coming
does
to
it
this
better.
part of
Bex-
What
POPcast.
happened with Bex does it better?
Please, can you subscribe
Yo,
and give
by
us
the
your
way,
comments?
wait. This album, people better look out for this.
Yes,
Yeah,
Shane's
mixtape.
album.
Mixtape.
Mixtape.
The mixtape.
But what happened to
better
Bex
look out
does
for
it
that.
better?
We out.
But Bex does it better.
Only Casper would know.
And just to add a little bit of a spanner to the works, in respect to love and hip hop, Skepta's dating Adele.